Hi BoCo, my name is Mr. Mark and I'm here to help you out with a butter braid pastry fundraiser. Let me guess, some of you are probably saying, huh, a butter braid what? And others of you are probably like, yes, I love butter braid pastries. Well, what a butter braid pastry is, for those of you who have never seen one, it's frozen pastry dough you bake yourself. So everyone do me a favor, say frozen. Okay, come on, everyone say it, frozen. Okay, say pastry. Now say dough. Okay, when you receive your butter braid pastry, it's frozen solid. You can't eat it. You'll chip a tooth, right? So what you have to do is you have to let it sit out and thaw. You have to let it get soft, okay? This process takes about 8 to 12 hours, so most people, they like to have butter braid pastries for breakfast. So before you go to bed, what you want to do is you want to cut open your butter braid pastry and put it on a baking sheet, okay? So that's what your butter braid is going to look like when you pull it out at night. Each one also comes with an icing packet, so just maybe stick the icing packet in the package and set that out as well, okay? So now what we're going to do, we're going to go to bed, we're going to sleep, we're going to have sweet dreams, right? Maybe we're going to toss and turn, we're going to be so hungry, we're going to be ready for our butter braid pastry. And we're going to wake up the next morning, okay? And when we wake up, that butter braid pastry is going to be huge. It's going to be doubled in size. This is what a butter braid pastry looks like after it has risen for about 8 to 12 hours. As you can see, it's nearly twice as big as it was when you first took it out of the package. So you bake your butter braid pastry for about 20 minutes, and this is what it looks like when it comes right out of your oven, hot and fresh and ready to eat. So then you want to grab your icing packet, and you cut just a little tiny corner out of the icing packet, okay? And then all you got to do is just squeeze your icing right onto the butter braid pastry. And as you can see, it's now huge, okay? And you don't want to leave any icing in there. That's one of my favorite parts. And that'll serve as many as about 12 to 13 servings. So hopefully you and your family can enjoy a fresh baked butter braid pastry on your special family occasion. Now each one of you should have received a butter braid pastry order form from your teacher. So if you haven't received one, ask your teacher, and we can always print some more. So if you run out, we can get you some more order forms. What I want you to notice on your order form is a couple things. Number one, your order form has a nice huge picture of a butter braid pastry. When you're talking to your friends or your family or maybe your neighbor or maybe your grandma or maybe your teacher or maybe at church, when you're talking to them about butter braid pastries to see if they want to support your fundraiser, show them the picture so that they can kind of learn what a butter braid pastry is as well. On the text side of your butter braid pastry order form, you'll notice in the top left-hand corner there's a spot for your name. Do not forget to put your name on your paper. In fact, put your name on your paper right now if you have a pen or pencil, because we don't want your teacher to receive an order form that doesn't have a name on it, and then we can't figure out who all these butter braid pastries belong to, okay? Over here in the middle of your order form, you'll see that there's 5 flavors of butter braid pastries. There's apple, Bavarian cream, and Bavarian cream comes with the chocolate icing, blueberry and cream cheese, cinnamon, and strawberry and cream cheese. This one right here is cinnamon, and that's my favorite. You'll see underneath that, each one costs $14, okay? So that's how we're raising money for Bowen's Corner, all right? You're selling your butter braid pastries for $14. If your customers want to pay with cash or a check, you need to be really responsible, okay? They're supporting your fundraiser. They're trusting you with their hard-earned money. So you need to put that money in an envelope, ask your mom or your dad or your guardian or whoever can help you out if you can have an envelope or maybe a Ziploc bag or put it maybe in your backpack and somewhere safe. But what they are going to do is they're going to write down their name. If it's let's say your grandma wants to buy a butter braid pastry. She's going to write her name under customer name on line number 1. If she wants to put her phone number on there, that's so that you can contact her when your butter braid pastries come to school so that you can deliver them to her, okay? And then she's going to tell you which ones she wants. So maybe she wants 1 apple and 2 cinnamon. Okay, so she'll write a 1 under apple, a 2 under cinnamon. Under the items, that's the total number of items that Grandma is going to purchase from you. So she would write the number 3. Okay, each butter braid pastry costs $14. So does anyone know what $14 times 3 items is? How about $42? So that means Grandma needs to either pay you $42 with cash, or she can write a check. And our checks are going to be made out to BoCo PTO. That is on your order form. So if Grandma wants to write a check, she can write it to BoCo PTO. Now here's a cool thing. We actually have an online store. So if Grandma or one of your customers wants to pay with a credit card, they can take their phone and they can open the camera and highlight this QR code on the bottom of your order form, or they could also go to the website on the bottom of your order form down here in this box. Now here's the important thing for you. In order for your online store to work, you have to register your name into the online store. So you need to go to tinyurl.com/BoCo21, like 2021, register.com, okay? So just register. tinyurl.com/BoCo21 register, okay? If you go there, it'll ask you to put your name into the store and your email into the store so that you can confirm that you want to be in the store. So maybe ask your mom or your dad or your guardian or someone, maybe your teacher, who can help you out and put your name into the store. So then what happens when Grandma goes to that QR code or that website, she can actually find your name and click on your name, and she can support you. She can buy from you, okay? Now what you need to remember and what Grandma needs to remember is you are going to deliver those items, okay? So if Grandma lives in Texas or California or a long ways away from here, she might want to just do a donation, okay? Because we're not going to mail butter braid pastries to Grandma. They're going to be delivered right to school. So that's how your fundraiser is going to work. What you need to remember, if you are going to register in the online store, ask your parents to put it on Facebook, or maybe send a text message or an email. Get as many people as you can to click on your online store, and you'll sell a lot of butter braid pastries. People love butter braid pastries for the holidays, maybe for Mother's Day or Father's Day, or any special occasion, a birthday. People love butter braid pastries for special occasions. We are going to have our order forms. They need to be turned in no later than March 31st, okay? So we have about 2 weeks to sell as many butter braid pastries as possible. Your delivery is going to be on April 20th, okay? So when I deliver them to Bowen's Corner Elementary, they're going to come in boxes just like this, okay? Your box is actually going to have a label on it. It'll have your name on it. Inside your box, I can fit as many as 7 butter braid pastries. You can see there's a lot of them in there right now. Here's what you need to remember. You need to remember that. Remember at the beginning we said frozen pastry dough. You need to remember butter braid pastries are frozen and they need to stay frozen. So when we have your delivery, when you pick up your items at the end of the school day, if you're going to get on a bus or hop in the car rider line, or maybe if you're going to walk home, or your parents are going to help you out, we got to get those butter braid pastries back to a freezer as quick as possible, okay? They will thaw, they will rise, okay? And if we forget about them, if we leave them at school or leave them in our backpack, they'll actually burst through the package, and we'll have a big mess, and we'll have all those customers that bought butter braid pastries from you, and we're going to have to tell them that our butter braid pastries were ruined, okay? So I know you can handle it. Millions of butter braid pastries are sold all over the U.S. every year, and they're all sold through fundraisers, so they're all sold by kids just like you. So I know you can do it, but when you get your butter braid pastries, remember, we're going to take them to a freezer as quick as we can, or deliver them right to our customer. Now, the last thing I want to ask you is I want to ask you a question. Studies have been done on fundraising. Myself, my company, other companies, schools, your teacher, your principals, your friends, your family, we all want to know what makes a really successful fundraiser. How come some fundraisers reach their goals, they do a great job, and other fundraisers, maybe they didn't do quite as well as they wanted to. What do you think is the #1 reason that someone doesn't support your fundraiser? Why would someone not want to support the Bowen's Corner fundraiser? Well, I thought it was maybe money. Maybe I didn't have enough money, or it was too expensive. Something that had to do with money. Nope, that's not the #1 answer. Other people, they say, oh, maybe my sales skills weren't great. Maybe I couldn't speak. I was kind of nervous, or I wasn't dressed right. Nope, nothing to do with your sales skills. The #1 reason that people don't support your fundraiser is they were not asked to, okay? 70% of people, they just weren't asked to support the fundraiser. So, all you have to do if you want to sell 1 item, or 10 items, or 20 items, or 100 items, all you have to do is talk to people and just say, hi, would you support the Bowen's Corner Elementary School Butter Braid Pastry fundraiser? And I bet almost everyone will say yes. So I really appreciate your time. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this butter braid open so you can see what it looks like in the middle. This is the messy, gooey part, but I'll tell you what, this is my favorite part. So I just like to slice it right along the braid, okay, and see how it's nice and flaky, and it's so gooey, and it's warm, and it's hot, and oh my goodness, this is going to be so good. It's kind of messy, but I tell you what, it tastes amazing. Thanks again and have a great day.